Today's edition of the Rockin' Review is brought to you by MyClickNation.com, helping you get your fair share. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rockin' Review for today. It is Friday, February 19th of 2010. I'm Doug Cryle. He is Eric Britt from Merrill Lynch, and on Fridays we talk about your money, and there's some breaking news.
Had some breaking news today. We had the Federal Reserve coming out and raising the discount rate a quarter point, 0.25.
Which means what to
Yeah,
me?
exactly. It's an adjustment. It's not a major monetary change, but what it means is the Federal Reserve is trying to encourage banks to lend among themselves instead of taking money from the Federal Reserve.
And this is something we got away from during the recession.
Well, when the recession hit, liquidity was the big issue. Where is banks are going to get money? Where are balance sheets? And so the Fed lowered rates and said, look, we've got all the money, we'll print it. As much as you want, come get it. Okay, because normally banks would lend among themselves.
Right.
And
so we're kind of trying to push back to that normalcy.
This is a sign that potentially we're going back to normal, because normal, you lend between banks, not the Federal Reserve. Right. And also the Federal Reserve's trying to lower their balance sheet. Lending causes their balance sheet to get big, which is problematic. So they're trying to adjust that.
All right. One of the things, speaking of the economy, Representative Vic Snyder was in Little Rock yesterday speaking to a group that you're the leader of,
yes,
estate planners, and he talked a lot about the economy and the deficit.
Well, I was very fortunate to be able to get the representative to come, and he's such a great guy. We're definitely going to miss him in the future. But he talked about the three things. He had a three-pronged approach. You know, the deficit was number one, I think, on everybody's mind.
Right.
War, which relates to the deficit, and then the health care issue, which he has been a major proponent of, wanting a public option and that sort of thing.
I think I was there as well, and one of the big points he tried to make is that between the two houses, in the Congress, there's still disagreement, and there's a lot of wrangling going on and a lot of roadblocks on all these areas.
Yeah, and now I'll use his term. Remember when he was asked, and I can't remember who asked it, but where is health care right now? I even am confused myself.
Right.
And he said, well, it's not dead in the water, but it's got its life preserver on and it's bobbing. It's out there. It's in trouble. So we might not even get that after all this wrangling. And it's going to cost us money. He mentioned, too, that no matter what happens right now, we're worse off today than we were when this whole process started, and premiums are going to go skyrocketing.
And now we have another election to deal with as well.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Don't forget, today's edition of the Rockin' Review is brought to you by MyClickNation.com, helping you get your fair share, helping you protect your online privacy, and maybe making a few bucks in the process. Don't forget, if you're viewing this video as an embedded video on a website on the internet, make sure you visit our website at www.therockinreview.com. We've got a lot more information, local news headlines, and links to some area blogs posted there as well. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday.